Hello, my fellow stackers. So for like 12:30, coming at you with some more information as to what I'm doing. So, I know I'm gonna have to sell a little bit of gold here in the future. I could sell silver too. Depends, We'll see what happens in the next 8 months or so, which is, when my credit cards start coming due, or you have to pay them off, or you got to pay interest and all that shit. So we're not gonna deal with that, right? So we don't have that problem because, we buy gold with that. We don't buy TVs or cars or none of that shit. Just gold and silver. And like I always say, if you want to give me, a year, no interest, I'm going to take it every time. And I have some credit cards that are 18 months, So I got to call my bank and figure out which one's 18, which one's 12. And then I can focus on paying as much, of that credit down. And, we'll see what happens after that. It seems to work out for me. And you know what? A lot of times, dude, it's funny because, like, I have B of A and I have 3 credit cards with B of A. So if I pay one down, they're like, send me a promotion. Hey, we'll lend you money. We'll do this, this, and this. And I'm like, really? And then I'll just take that money and pay another credit card off. Plus, they give me another 18 months or 12 months. And I'm like, all right, cool, It's just rodeoing the money. It's basically what my ex used to say, It's, in Spanish, it's called jinetear, which is like, it's like bull riding or horse, breaking a horse. So anyway, so yeah, so obviously I'm thinking of selling like one of these, right? Because that's the intention of all of this. So I'm probably going to take this one out and replace it with this one, since it's been cleaned and, it's not really, the cleaning actually diminishes the value a little bit. So I don't know. We'll see. If I can find one that's been jewelry or something like that, I'm gonna just buy that. If I can get a good deal on it, and replace this one. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I think. What else am I doing? So yeah, so I bought 2 50 peso gold coins, and I have the 1 peso, and now I'm gonna get the 50 in a couple of days here. Thing is, I paid. What did I pay? Hold on. I paid. So for the 1947 50 peso, I paid 4,100 plus 20 shipping. And the guy lives in the Bay Area. Cool. And then I bought a 1946 50 peso MS65, and I paid 4,300 for that. Now, that was the best price I could find. And what happened was I asked this guy if we could work out a deal, but he didn't reply. And and I found this one, and these are all 6-month, same as cash deal. I found that one for 43, and the big bullion dealers online, they were selling those for $4,200. So I'm like, wait a minute, let me just get this one for 43, and I get an MS65, and it's not a restrike, so I think the resale value is going to be better. Well, I know it is, but because I was looking at some of these, people are asking for almost $5,000 for these, MS65, 1946. So I figure, why not, right? And yeah, so once I bought that, then the other dude with the 1947 50 pesos, then he contacted me, and I'm like, oh man, 4,100 is a good deal, But I'm gonna tell you something though. I called a couple of coin shops in my area, and I asked them what they were buying 50 peso for, just like this guy. And they were like $300 under spot. And I was like, you ought to be, you're crazy. 300 under spot. And then I said, so what are you selling them for? And they were selling them for 300 over spot. And I was like, that just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, all right, I mean, it's your business, obviously, but, so what I'm going to do for you guys is we're going to take this right together. I'm going to get the coins. I'll show you the coins once I get them, and I'll take them to my buddy's shop, and I'll have him gun them for me to make sure that they're gold. And then I'll ask him what he would pay for them. And then I'll let you guys in on that and see what the difference is, because, that's a $600 gap as far as from the purchase price. Well, if you're gonna buy it from them, and then if you're gonna buy it, online, it's still, a couple $100 over spot now, which is crazy. Sorry, I'm drinking a beer. But so yeah, so I'm thinking of selling some of my stuff, and I got a friend online who I don't know him obviously, but we do business, and he made these for me. So I'm gonna have him make me one with 1 ounce, which will be this guy right here. Right. I have obviously I'm not gonna take it off a holder and put it on the thing, so I have to get my hands on a raw one. But they're not cheap either, man. Them things are like, fuck, $3,700. I'm sorry, $3,700. And I'm like, damn, that's, $450 over spot. So I don't know, maybe these dealers are not too bad, but go figure. So I'm gonna have him see if he can make me a holder like this for the onza, and it'll be 1 ounce, the half ounce, and 2/4 ounce. So it'll be 2 full ounces. I think that'll be better versus a 1 ounce, a 1/4 ounce, or a half ounce and a 1/4 ounce. So now you got, what is it, 1.75 ounces? I think it'll be better with 2 ounces. That's just me, and I could be wrong. But yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, I'm also going to see if I'm going to look into this, because, this is cleaned and removed from jewelry. It's just not a good deal, right? But if I can have them make me a holder, and I can buy the coins, the raw coins, take this one out, have them make me a holder, and then I can find all the denominations, which is kind of like this one. I'm not going to take that off the holder, obviously, right? Because it's the MS62, but if it was cleaned or jewelry or something like that, out the holder it goes, and then I would put it into something like that. That way, it just, the presentation is better. I think it would do better if I sold them as a set, But I got to track down everything, that takes time, and it's, it's effort. It's effort. You need to be, and I'm thinking of doing the same with this. You find all the different denominations. I know they have like, I want to say it says 20 pesos. So there has to be a 5 and a 10, maybe a 2. We'll figure it out, as we go. And, that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's a better deal as far as selling them. And, let's see, like I'm going to part with stuff like this, this is paid for, but if I can sell it for a couple of $300 or $400 over spot, why not? And this is probably one of the other ones that I'm gonna sell. 1 ounce Smithsonian. It's a beautiful coin. I got all the paperwork. So we'll see. Yeah. So I don't know what you guys think. Like I said, I'll take you on a journey with this guy. We're gonna see what I paid for, and 6 months down the line, we'll see what I can sell it for. And I'm also gonna let you in on what my coin shops are willing to pay for it. Because like I said, dude, I don't do business with them that much, but but I called anyway. And they were like 300 under spot. And I'm like, you tripping? You might as well put it on eBay. I can understand $100, but 300 ain't gonna happen, playa. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Happy holidays, happy Memorial Day. Everybody be careful out there. Don't do anything stupid. And if you do something stupid, just make sure you don't hurt anybody else. And if you hurt yourself, that's on you. But anywho, Silver Life 1230. Peace out, players. Let me know what you guys think. That a good deal, a bad deal? Did I Did I take a beating on this? Remember, 6 months, same as cash. So worst case scenario, like I said, I really can't afford them, but you can't afford to pass them up either because it's 6 months, man, you know? And they're not gonna charge you anything, you know? Okay. If the price of gold crashes, yeah, I'm gonna be losing a little bit of money, but I don't see that happening. So anywho, Silver Life Till 30, peace out, players.